everybody, welcome subscribers to the weekend video. So after last week, I'm sure you guys caught the video that I published last night with some of the results, and the general public has access to that. So I hope that everybody made money, and I am reminding you that with your monthly membership you have access to a free one-on-one coaching where we can take time to go in details, because guys, on this trade there are so many ways to make money out of this trade, right? I show example where on the same stock during 4-day time period you could have made a lot of money on calls, like most of us we did, but you also could have made money on puts. I know how you guys like calls. Yeah, I know that. So it's okay, but just be mindful that hey, you can actually get more out of this trade. The list of stock that's we shared with you on Friday, it's here. But as I said, right, we even got we got even more than this. I have a full list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 other triggers came in on Friday with that late rally. That's the market, whatever that the market was doing. All of that tells me is that there's going to be movement next week. So next week we have 5 full days. So we can use the June 5th as an expiration. Obviously, you already have some of the trade from last week where you are using the June 5th expiration. And if you want to be cautious, or if you get on a trade on one of these alerts on, let's say, Wednesday, you can use the following week, June 12th, as an expiration. So hopefully that clarified that first question. And I know some of you have already scheduled a one-on-one over this weekend. So we will be able to answer detailed question on there. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to try to keep the video short and sweet, because again, this is the last time I'm talking about that. The time you invest, guys, into trying to make money, it will be rewarded proportionally. There's no two other ways to say about it. So if you want to skim me over this video, you do that, but you're going to be missing critical information. That's will be detrimental to the success, your success during the week. Okay, very good. So we have a list of stock on here. I'm going to go through them by category. So meaning that I'm just going to skim through some of them. So right now I have semi here, NVIDIA, Macron, Western Digital, and AMD. Yes, AMD may not be here, but actually I'm going to post a more complete one. AMD triggered as well on Friday. Yes, that's correct. That's why I'm grouping those 4 in there. So let's very quickly here in the next, we're going to devote 5 minutes onto this 4 stock to see pretty much what's the setup and what we can expect out of them. So we said NVIDIA, Macron, Western Digital, AMD. They may not trade alike for the most part, but it's the same industry, meaning that there could be some nuances here if one of them has news or anything like that. But at least we can look at the setup on here. So NVIDIA, this is the daily chart. You should be familiar with it by now to the point where it should not be a surprise to you at all, right? So is this daily chart right? I'm not so sure. So let's see. That's it's funny looking on there, but in any case, this is NVIDIA, and last week we did something that was really, I mean, all the way to 320 and then all the way to 325. Yeah, that's how much volatility. After you see these candles on here where we were not moving. So we have room on here on the daily chart to go higher, and we have room to go lower as well. NVIDIA has traded crazy last week. I mean, let me show you quickly the 15-minute chart. You should be spending your time, guys, looking at charts. Really, the more familiar with them. Look at these big candles. This is how we started the week. Look at these big candles. And then we continued on Tuesday. Here, they made it run. They made it do sideways or anything. So NVIDIA here, it's really a day trade, meaning that you trade what you see. No guessing game or anything. If the setup is there, you trade it as you see it. Any type of momentum, that's my recommendation for you on NVIDIA. So the next one that we're going to be looking at here is MU. MU has an earnings, I think it may be 3 weeks away or something, right? So right now, they have, what has MU done here recently? Over the last 3 days, we are just consolidating inside of this candle. So should they start an earning run that you can actually trade. So meaning, yeah, I think the earning is in June something, so even after June 15th. So you have 3 weeks. It could actually be an idea. I mean, can they do that? Absolutely, they can make it start a run here for earnings. So we can talk more about that. But here for me, I'm going to wait, and I can set up the alert here. Please use TradingView to set up your alert if you have TradingView. So this is as easy as it gets. So an alert here, I'm going to say for me, when MU goes and hit, let's say 49, more than 49 and a half. So crossing 49 and a half. So I'm going to say 49 and a half. And I come here. So for me, actually, because there's no room up, right? So this is, I've told you about this counterintuitive buy to open puts. So that's where for me, I could say, okay, I'm buying buy to open 46 puts. Yes, that's this market. That's how this thing has been trading. So MU, out of this this setup on here, how does it typically play, folks? It's not bullish most of the time. I mean, it's so that's how I feel comfortable about this. That hey, I may miss the initial trade where it goes up, especially if it gaps up. That would be my best scenario, meaning that we come in, it has already gap up, it run a little bit, and then for me, I take my puts. That will be perfect around this level, outside of the upper Bollinger. Absolutely, that would be my dream if that could happen even on Monday or Tuesday. That would be perfect. You know how to fade the market every Tuesday, right? So for me, I'm just going to create this alert on here. I still do not know how to do webhooks, folks, so somebody help me out there. So, and then just say create. So that's it. So that my alert is set. And then from there, hey, it has been doing this, guys. Okay, so let me quickly show here. I know I'm spending too much time on this, but I'm hoping that if I'm spending so much time on one stock, folks, okay, you can understand that that's important. And thus, you can repeat a similar analysis. You see what has been going on here, folks? So this is what I'm expecting. So for me, I'm going to be taking that trade of puts on here. That's where, again, you can be patient. There's nothing. There are other stock that you trade. If we just focus on, to us traders, we just focus on the trade that we want, we have studied, and then we enter them exactly when we want to enter them. Trading can be so rewarding. I kid you not. Very good. So that's on MU. So I don't want anybody asking me, oh, I'm confused about what's my expiration, what's my strike, or anything, folks. It cannot be any clearer than that. So, and yeah, of course, you can tell me, hey, Telex, but if you think that's going to 49 and a half, why don't you buy calls from the get-go? Yeah, sure. You can trade calls. I mean, I don't know, from the current level or even lower from that, obviously. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I may or may not do that myself. So the next one, which resemble Western MU, is Western Digital. They kind of trade alike sometimes, but not always or anything. So same thing on here, my friend. So there's really no room on the upper Bollinger. And the market, the way that it's setting up, I have no idea where they're going to open because there were some crazy things going on. So the order is. So for me, the pattern have been rejection. So here was the first time that we spent 3 days above the exponential moving average 50, the green line, right? So if you reject it, our target is 40. So 40, 42, whatever. So for me, again here, I'm going to be saying that I want it to go to 46. So let me go here and create my alerts, add alert. And trust me, as usual, this is a type of stock where you can win actually on both directions. So here, 46.30. So 46, I'm going to say, send me an alert when I go above 46.1. Okay. And when that happens, I want to buy to open what puts. The put that I want 42 puts, of course. 42 puts, of course. That's the middle line there. So bang, create it. See, in one movement. So meaning this is automatic throughout. I don't even, could I go and check it? So this alert is going to be valid until June 30th. Okay. So for me, actually, I can make it sooner to say, hey, I just want it to be valid only June 5th. Okay. Save. Thank you. Bang. It's there and it will alert me on how to trade it. Yeah. If you want to trade calls to go all the way to 46, yeah, that's $2. That's 4%. Yeah, that's more than likely that could happen. But I'm hoping that I can be patient. and hopefully the market gaps up, get me there right away, and then I'll start my trade from there. Last but not least, AMD. We didn't trade AMD. It has been, what, 2 weeks now that we haven't traded AMD? Maybe most likely because it hasn't done anything. No, it may have done something. Oh yeah, AMD did something. We missed all of it last week, meaning it traded like NVIDIA, folks. If we were to just short it at 56 last Monday, I went below 50. So, but we didn't have a signal, did we? No, that signal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, that signal was already gone. But I mean, yeah, you see, well, at least I can say I was disciplined. I didn't take a trade that's without my signal. But you would have made money. We made money on NVIDIA. So that's okay. So yeah, where is this thing going? Oh, geez. So AMD, what did you say that? Actually, you know what? I know what happened on there. What happened on there? Yeah. AMD, okay, because we run this thing. When did we run this thing? Okay, we're gonna regenerate this thing because this is like a not so quite clear signal. To be honest, we're gonna rerun this thing again, just to say. So that's fine. But AMD has that set up just like NVIDIA for day trading. So that's that. The next important one that you already have on your list is what? Is WYNN result. WYNN results. I have been meaning to trade this thing for the longest time, and I did not. So here's the daily charts. See here? When this stock came back and bounced off of 50, yeah, going long there would have really been nice. Yeah, but now here we are, 87.46, the Bollinger, we're at 83. Man, what is this thing going to do? Is it going to come back down on here? But this signal for us, what does our system tell us? Our signal tells us that 2 times out of 3, meaning 65% of the time, it's actually placed bullishly. So out of this setup on here. And over the last year or so, we have had 25 instances of it, and 65% of them, the stock has played bullishly. The bullish side has won an average of 5.5% gain. Let's talk about that on here. Let's go into detail here on WYNN to quantify that. So, oops. I don't want to, so I just want to bring a calculator, please. Okay, thank you. So where's our close? Our close was here. If I can bring it lower, Jesus. We want to quantify for you the upper limit where WYNN could be going this week. That's where you have the strike, okay? If you're watching the video, this is the information is there. So we close at 83.20 on that candle, okay? 83.20, 5% of that is what we are talking about. So 83.2, that's statistically an average, folks. So don't come and telling me, oh, you say that. I mean, that's a statistic. You need to understand that, please, guys. So 87.8, okay, so 87, and the upper Bollinger right now, 87.69. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It could be moving up a little bit. So yeah, in this case on here, yeah, I think you could have 4 or 5 points out of this one. So you can use 87, 88 as a potential strike up. And if you are hedging, you can wait to get something lower than 83.28 because it can do that as well. We don't know how the market's going to react on Monday. So for us, we know this thing though. When it has come below the yellow line, which is the exponential moving average 20 periods, it has bounced off. That's meaning, imagine if you entered your call here. In 4 days, you went and actually from this close 78 to 87. That's 10 points that you would have gotten out of that trade. That's excellent. So let's also imagine something similar. Here, the close was 78, and then we went to 87. Okay, so my friend, it looks as if for us, if we really, really want to make some dough out of this one, we're going to buy calls on this guy when it's below 80. Sounds crazy, right? So that's mean that initially we could be looking for puts. We can either trade them or no, or we can decide to strangle. And if we strangle, depending on where, at some point for us, we need to make sure that when the winning direction starts, which for us, based on our simulation, it's the calls, we add to that position. That's how you trade a strangle. I will teach that on the one-to-one. So please, if you schedule your one-on-one, not if, when you schedule your one-on-one, I will show you how to manage a strangle successfully. So yeah, WYNN, we're glad that is finally giving us an opportunity to enter. I mean, we could have entered on here, but it's just too many indecision. A lot of things are going on right now in Hong Kong. So this thing has some results in Macau, right? So over there, we don't know, it creates some volatility that we will exploit this coming week. Next stock on the line, actually the most important signal, if you will, but it's on a stock that typically I do not trade that much. I think I've traded it very so lightly. It's McDonald. McDonald has been flagging hard since last week. So with this little move here, so 184, it opened 5 points higher. I mean, yeah, from Friday. And then it did sideways. Remember last week, the market SPY candles were like that, all 5 of them. No, red. Wow, this is okay. So what's going on here? So what's going on here, if you ask me, and according to our system, it's not showing that in the past that the stock has moved a lot out of this setting. Really, I kid you not, 2%, 2.5% at most. So, but when it has done that, the side that has been winning, it's the bearish side, meaning put. So, hence for me, if I'm trading this, though I know that this is an explosive system alert, I'm looking for puts when we hit 190. So I'm gonna put my alerts on here and say, oops, before I do my alert. So for me, I'm looking for a pattern like this, folks. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, so let me close this, and I'm gonna say, set me an alert. Oops, it's right-clicking Telex. Thank you. Add alerts on when it's crossing 190. Okay. I want to buy to open 180 puts expiring. 180 puts expiring June 12th. Yep. So create, bang. You see the line? That's what that line means. Meaning automatically when I'm trading that, when I'm studying that every night now, it's going to remind me that, hey, I have an alert at 190. And when that alert pops up, TradingView will send me a message on my phone, on my email, and then it will pop also here on the screen. So yeah, that's pretty neat right there. All right, we are 20 minutes in, so I'm hoping I'm going to make this video less than 30 minutes. Let's go for 25. So we have a set of stocks that's let's see. Let's go on here and see what other stock we have here. Gilead, we traded. Gilead was an alert last week. It worked out actually. If you took calls on Gilead, they worked out because I was checking it this morning. It went to 77 from 72 or something. That's a nice ride for Gilead. It closed strongly. So meaning if you bought as we recommended, right? Since the week was short, we decided we said our default expiration was on June the 5th. You still have those, and it's still alerting. So that's a nice position that you can start to manage. So we talked about WYNN, we talked about Western Digital, we talked about McDonald. So let's talk about Adobe. Adobe here is flagging, and Adobe being a stock that's $380 or whatever Adobe is now. So let's take a look here. What's going on a little bit. So Adobe is flagging. Nah, I don't think Adobe is flagging for that. Where was Adobe flagging? Oh, Adobe was flagging out of the 26. This signal on here. Okay, this signal on here. That's interesting. There's no room left on well, little room, but with this thing, it can create room, my friend. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm reading how many candles get me to 20 candles, because we know that the upper Bollinger Band formula is what? It's 20 period, average over 20 period over the last 20 candles plus 2 standard deviation, right? If you don't know that, we will teach you that in our one-on-one coaching. So 391, we are currently at 386. Oh boy, reverse 3 in 1, that's one. How does it usually play? It play bearish, guys. It really played bearish. So far, well, it has done that really, because we closed here at 376. It went to 361. So yeah, if we were smart to take that trade on Tuesday, yeah, it went that way. So here, it's really a no man's land to be able to say, okay, what's going on? It's one of those trades, you trade it according to you day trade this one, because it has these big candles that, I mean, look at this movement here. So you go to 361 and then you close at 375. That's a sweet day trade. Let's look at the 15-minute chart on there. I mean, just like, yeah, we saw that on Nvidia, we saw that on AMD as well. So where was that? On the 28th, not on the 28th. This is it here. So yeah, they traded alike. This is exactly the same trade as Nvidia, folks. See this? Shh. This is the same algorithm that's piloting this. So 15 minutes on AMD, same thing, folks, same thing. So hey, you see, this is how you discover trades, folks. Bang, and then recovery. Let's change color for the recovery. The recovery, since we're using magenta on that one, the recovery we use blue. V-shaped recovery. And they all, look at how strong they finish. This is amazing. Let me show it to you again. So this is it, and we're most likely gonna close the video on this, because so this is the recovery, okay? And look how it finished. Wow, sorry about that. It's a straight line, right? Okay, AMG, straight line. And then here, this should not be blue. This should be magenta. So we see that on here. We see, let's change this to magenta or red, whatever. Zoom. Okay, folks. And now we were looking at Adobe. Oh man, technical analysis, folks. This is what it's all about. I'm hoping somebody get value out of this video today. Look at this. And then the recovery. Bang. And they all, during the last hour yesterday, they just ran like crazy. I mean, 378 to 385. Are you kidding me? This is the type of trade on opportunities that are here, but hopefully for us, we have this on our watch list such that you can just focus on these stocks throughout the day. So movement last week definitely on these stocks and for us to trade on there. So who else is there? So last one for the road, or maybe JD and PayPal. JD and PayPal. So JD is a stock that you should most of the times stronger, because the same day, my friend, is just gonna do things that are going to surprise us or should not be surprising us. So a little bit different because it didn't start quite as of an upper Bollinger, but came down and then massive rally to close the day. I mean, $3 on a Friday, my friend. $3 after all of this consolidation. We don't make this stuff off, man. We just read it. So basically on Monday, this gap up here, it gave you $50 to 54. That's a lot of money, folks. I kid you not, on option. Even though it's just Monday, that's some decent dough. And then short, yeah. And then when short or put all the way, you win them on there. And then here, pretty much nothing, because this is sideways. But then the last 2 hours, remember what I said, right? The last 2 hours on Friday or whatever, they did it again on Friday, but only on certain stock, because some other stock like this one, what's our friend here? They didn't do that. So Apple has been at the same level, folks, at the same level for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, or almost 8 days, because here the open is 313. So now we close at 317, $4 for a stock. What's the AT on Apple? So let's quickly check what's the AT on Apple on here. So to say a movement for 7 days of $4. What's that? The AT on Apple is $9.30. Okay, has been decreasing, so maybe a little less. But we checked that with another stock the other day, and look at it here. There's days where it's doing maybe $9 on here. There's nothing. So my friend, after all of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles actually of nowhere, no action, just burning theta. We expect Apple this coming week to be giving us candles like these ones. Yeah, big candles. Will they be green? Will they be red? That's the only unknown, but we will be here, and we can just adjust based on what the market does. So we talked about calls on our room on there. So because if SPY is running, they will be using both Apple and Microsoft. So yeah, this consolidation here is calling for a big move. I do not recall when was the last time they have that. So let's go to the weekly on here, as we like to do, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Again, it's not because I'm saying that, but if the market goes and do what they are setting it up to do, yeah, we could be looking at all-time high above 330 is a decent target. What did I put in the room? What did I put in our room on here? Yeah, the 330 calls. Absolutely. They are staring at us like it's just. The ATR is $9, and we are looking at $13 as if this thing can do it in a day if they want. And I mean, look at this pattern also here, because I noticed that on Microsoft. I'm going to leave you with that piece of nugget. For Apple here recently, after a red week, they follow up with a higher high. So meaning expect a high for it to touch more than 324. So if that's the case, really, we want to focus on Apple this week. To see what's going to happen to this stock. There were prints on it at 314, so we want to see that. One for the road. Microsoft, which you had from last week, right? Because you are using the June 5th expiration. So Microsoft here, this is the weekly, has gone 2 consecutive weeks of red candles. Okay, actually we could even say, because this one, look at the open and the close, pretty much around the same. So Microsoft as well has been going nowhere over the last few. Yeah, literally. Other than this dip, oh geez, if you bought that at 176, it's decent. So the only thing for this guy here, there's no room as of now on the upper Bollinger, but that can be created, meaning that we may need to be patient, or they gap it up. And from there, if you're already in call, you catch them, you take profit, and you take puts on the other side, because that's how this market trades. So let me count the numbers candle here. So 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it doesn't have a great opportunity for this to open up. So that will be interesting what they do. But what I wanted to share with you is this, that actually going through this, and please correct me if I'm wrong, other than here where everything was berserk, right? So we removed this. They haven't allowed Microsoft to go 2 consecutive red weeks without a big candle on the third one. Here's an occurrence of that here. Let me highlight on that. You cannot take me seriously after this, especially if it doesn't work. So I'm not saying that, oh, go gung ho and buy calls on willy-nilly on Microsoft, but geez, what is this here? So I just want to highlight this, and I don't want to use that maybe yellowish. So I'm saying that, you see, oh boy. Okay, but why am I doing a line? I don't want to do a line, people. I don't want to do an elliptical. I just want a brush, and I want to do any type of form that I want. So we were saying that, where was it? So here's another instance of that. 2 red candles, and then a big green one. I mean, that's what good stock they do, right? They don't remain bearish for the longest of time. You remove this here because this is nonsense here, okay? But here recently, 2 red ones, and then this big one, okay? This big one was 174, 185. So they give you 11 points on there. 11 points from where we stand here, my friend, we are looking at 190, let's say, yeah, 194 or whatever. I don't know if they're gonna get there, but for us, since we said that we're using the 190 call, if it goes, then we expect something to happen. So I'm gonna stop right now because it's 29 minutes 55, and then we talk to you later. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome, subscribe.